How do you find a percentage increase using a growth factor? You use the formula y equals a times the quantity 1 plus r. Fill in the amounts for the variables you do know, and solve the resulting equation for the unknown growth rate, r. Let's look at this through an example. A grocery store sold 6,000 sodas in July. In August, the same grocery store sold 7,500 sodas. You want to find the growth rate for the change in sodas sold between these 2 months. Since there has been an increase in sodas sold from July to August, you can use this formula with a plus sign, fill in the values of the variables you know, and solve the resulting equation for the unknown. The final amount, y, equals the initial amount, a, times the growth factor, 1 plus r, where r is the growth rate. In this case, the final amount, y, is 7,500, the number of sodas sold in August. The initial amount, a, is 6,000, the number of sodas sold in July. To find the growth rate, r, between these 2 months, you want to isolate r, meaning getting r alone on one side of the equal sign. To do this, you divide both sides by 6,000. On the right-hand side, you cancel out the 6,000s. On the left-hand side, you divide 7,500 by 6,000, giving 1.25. 1.25 equals 1 plus r. That means that the growth factor, 1 plus r, is equal to 1.25. To find the growth rate, r, you now just move the 1 to the other side, and voila! On the left-hand side, you get 0.25. On the right-hand side, you are left with the r, which is the growth rate you were looking for. That means that from the month of July to the month of August, there was a 25% increase in sodas sold. Notice that r is the same as the relative percent change. Recall the formula, relative percent change equals the new value minus the old value divided by the old value. This calculation is as follows. In the numerator, you get 7,500 minus 6,000, which is 1,500. The denominator is just 6,000. 1,500 divided by 6,000 is equal to 0.25. And 0.25 times 100% gives you 25%, which is the same answer. You find a percentage increase using a formula with a growth factor. Y equals a times the quantity 1 plus r. Fill in the values of the variables you know, and solve for the variable r.